Morning, folks. It's coffee in a Monday morning time. All right, that picture is of me smiling. This last weekend, we had a 3-gun match out at one of the local ranges. Place was flooded. We've had a lot of rain, so we only had 4 stages. The range has about 10 bays or stages that can be built, but only 4 were available. Luckily, one of the guys brought his Norinco AK clone. Now, please note, even though we did load a magazine in, it's an empty bakelite magazine, and you can see right over there is a little chamber flag. But I just wanted to put that picture out there and show you I do shoot guns in real life, and that's a lot of fun. Now, topic for today's video. This is the local South African Discord server for Escape from Tarkov. And as I've proudly said, proudly, in South Africa, we've got one Tarkov server, okay? And due to our geographical location, how busy it is and the amount of people you do get does differ. And I'll show you just now. But on our local Discord server, there was this conversation. Now, keep in mind, Sniper_Life_TTV is the local emissary / representative for our community with BSG. Like everybody has their emissaries, he's our local one. And there was a conversation going on between a couple of guys. It's weird how MudFish works and ExitLag doesn't. They both do. MudFish lowers ping, ExitLag lowers in-game ping. Kind of doesn't make sense. TCP/IP. Anyway, many years ago, I wrote my CCNA exam. I wanted to become a CCIE, Cisco certified internet engineer, and decided no, that's way too many exams. So yeah, ended up doing a master's degree. Yeah, what does that tell you? All right, then as they were discussing MudFish and ExitLag, Sniper Life pops in. I wonder if we can get all the ExitLag users to say for a few days, like 2 or 3, to stop using it and stay on ZA to see how things go. Maybe get the South African server. And another user, it's been in ZA for a little while anyway, and he's like, yeah, it won't happen. And Singapore is just chaos. South Africa is a chilled vibe with people to shoot still, you know. And the emissary still commented, I've seen Singapore, it really isn't all that. Most of the time I see crabs and planted pots with little PvP. And then they went on to discuss a map rotation. So the biggest problem we have, and I'm going to minimize Discord here, and I'm going to go to Submarine Cable Map. Right, so we're here at the bottom of Africa, also end of the world, okay? And can I actually, oh no, I can't scroll, I can only do that. All right, so we're here, also end of the world. And we've got basically a bunch of undersea cables that goes either on the right side up the coast of Africa, through the Red Sea, Gulf, through Suez Canal, etc., up into Europe, or we've got them on the west coast, going up, connecting the likes of Gabon, Nigeria, Ghana, etc., all of there. And if you live in Cape Town, South Africa, in other words, you live roughly about there, then you can play on the London server, which will then take, depending on the ISP and depending on the routing table, it'll connect you up into the United Kingdom. And you can get under the ping limit, which is, I think, 170 milliseconds for Escape from Tarkov. Now, why the Singapore server is, we are connected to Malaysia via a subcom cable here called SAFE, and it's got 2 landing spots, one down near Cape Town, one on the east coast, and then it actually connects the islands of Mauritius and the islands of Reunion, then goes up into India, and it also terminates in Malaysia. So terminates in Malaysia and gets us the guys nice and close to the Singapore server. Now, strange enough, I've actually played against a player from Mauritius. He hangs out on our local Discord server. Nice enough guy. And this allows them, and they've actually got multiple cables going through there. So But the players still need to use something like ExitLag. So ExitLag is developed, they say developed from scratch by gamers, for gamers, proprietary technology that optimizes data routing by instantaneously mapping out various routes and sending packets. And it does apparently support Escape from Tarkov. Now, this is a subscription service, and if you click on it, you are paying $35 for 6 months. Now, times that by about 15.5, and you get the South African currency. And at first I thought, sounds like kind of bullshit. You know, my limited knowledge of TCP doesn't allow you to do multiple routes, but apparently there is a new RFC. And, you know, RFC 8684, TCP extensions for multipath operations with multiple addresses, all right? TCP IP communication is currently restricted to a single path per connection, yet multiple paths often exist between peers. The simultaneous use of these multiple paths for a TCP IP session would improve resource usage within the network and thus improve user experience through higher throughput and improved resilience to network failure. So this RFC was released in March 2020, so 2 years old. Interesting to read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but it is. Then obviously the other one, Network Booster for game streaming, is called MudFish. And MudFish also, you basically select where you want to terminate. And Escape from Tarkov, we can go Asia, Singapore, and the guys can get it under the limits. And this has me a little bit worried. And I'm going to have a quick, brief discussion. We're already seeing a massive decline in server population. Myself, been playing with another player because almost all my friends have stopped playing. Literally almost all my friends have stopped playing. One or two guys have got real life things going on, but the other guys are just, they're playing other things. You can see on the Discord, if they haven't disabled to show you, they're playing Forza Horizon or whatever game, you know. They've stopped playing. We used to be able to fill up 2 squads. Now if there's 2 people on Discord playing Tarkov, it's a lot. So I've been playing with Pyro quite a lot. And the amount of times we've gone reserve into a dead raid where our server simply waits a minute to 2 minutes, there's nobody else in queues and just drops us, and we've got the entire reserve to ourselves. We run into 1 or 2 players and that's it. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, you know, but it always happens this way. My biggest problem with it is the game still needs tweaking. And I tweeted this a little while ago, you know. It's that time of the wipe where Escape from Tarkov dailies need some work from Battlestate Games. Day after day, it's getting more ridiculous, which makes me close the game and go farm Destiny 2 items. I recently reinstalled Destiny 2, quite a lot of fun. This daily, interchange, 9 PMCs over 35 meters on interchange. How are you going to get that distance? Interchange is all CQB. You're lucky if it's a 15-meter shot, maybe from the one side of Goshen to the other side of Goshen. And the dailies need work, and we're not hearing a beep out of Battlestate Games. Now, I do understand they've got a problem. They're a Russian company, and they are heavily affected by the sanctions against Vladimir Putin and his war going on against the Ukraine, with the whole visa pulling out of transactions, and they've now switched over to some Chinese thing. My biggest worry and my biggest fear for the South African guys, and if you're watching this, please listen carefully. If you keep moving to Singapore and you keep connecting to other servers, and Battlestate Games starts running into financial difficulties, they will look at the low population servers and they will shut them down. They'll possibly shut down some servers in the US, keep the rest. They'll possibly shut down some in Europe because most of the European guys can select multiple servers. And we on the arse end of Africa will then not be able to play. And I don't plan on paying $35 for 6 months to use ExitLag to connect to Singapore. There's many other games to play. I enjoy Tarkov, but at the moment I'm bored. You can't find people. If you find them, Like they say, it's literally pot plants and crabs. The only map that is consistently good for PvP is customs. You want PvP, you go customs. And even then, it's sometimes dead. So, a real reason behind this video is mostly to call on these South African guys, stay on their local server. And I'd like to hear in comments, what is your experience with Escape from Tarkov? I know Nikita has literally kicked his own game in the balls by limiting how many things you can buy and sell on the flea market. And people saying, yeah, we're now getting to the end of the mid stage, you know, where people are now finally picking up enough slicks and hex grids that they're running them. For me, the mid game ended the moment I could craft M61 and BP ammo in my hideout. That is all I run. I run SR25, M1A, sometimes the Mark 17. I find it takes too much real estate on my screen, but if I have nothing else, I'll use that. And the Mutant. Not an AK-103 fan. I know people say it's better. I like the Mutant. It's just what it is. 556 has been buggy. There's been so many other bugs in the game that we're not hearing anything. It's not getting fixed, and we're 3 months into a wipe. So, for me, the mid wipe ended when I could craft M61. I double tap somebody with M61 is going to punch straight through the slicks anyway. BP ammo drops people nearly instantaneously. And yeah, it's sad that our local guys are leaving to the other servers. And I really do hope that Battlestate Games communicates more. Because at the moment, I look at my dailies. Like one of my dailies yesterday, exit factory 12 times. No thanks. Kill 7 PMCs on labs. No thanks. And find something obscure I didn't have. I closed the game and went back to Destiny 2. I've been playing a lot of Destiny. There's none of the lead network lag issues. Game's 5 years old and the graphic looks 100 times better than Tarkov does. And I'm getting 130 frames per second on max everything. I literally went highest for graphics, 130 FPS, no lag. And I'm playing with, I know I was playing with some American guys. Yet, we're struggling with these issues in Tarkov. And we love Tarkov, but this has got to change. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd reach out with my thoughts on a Monday morning. Let me know what you think, where in the world you are, and how you're finding your servers. I know the American guys, you've got a couple of servers that you can choose from, and then obviously your population is much, much bigger. Same for the guys in Europe. Please let me know how you're finding it over there. I'd love to see some engagement in the comments. And otherwise, have a fantastic Monday morning. Hope everybody the best week possible. Take care. Cheers.